Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today we're taking another look at more real-life superheroes, regular citizens who are taking up a cape or a cowl or a mask and doing some pretty extraordinary things for their communities. So without further hesitation, let's just jump right in. And at number 10 is Superhero. Starting off this list is a hero who goes by the name of simply Superhero. And what is his greatest nemesis? Apathy. He says the problem is nobody gives a damn about it. He was affected a lot by the 1964 murder of Kitty Genovese, a murder in which many neighbors overheard or watched it happen, aka the bystander effect, in which onlookers feel that someone else will do the right thing, so they do nothing. Previously a career professional wrestler, Superhero was the name he would operate under, which carried over to his costume career. When patrolling, he does things like staring down drug dealers or just cleaning up debris in places like parks. And at number 9 is Citizen Prime. This hero's main objective is to educate children using his heroism in a program he developed in Utah called Kid Heroes. The program aims to teach kids about the values and morality he learned from his own childhood love of comic books. He also works with at-risk youth. When his second child was born, he decided to retire, wanting to take the time to take care of his family. And at number 8 is Razorhawk. Working out of Minneapolis, Razorhawk prefers the term masked adventurer. After spending 15 years as a pro wrestler, he moved on to designing costumes for other wrestlers via his website herogear.org, using his love of comic books as inspiration. He's been bringing activists together for drives such as Toys for Tots and People Serving People, which is an organization dedicated to providing transitional housing for families. His current focus is aiding the homeless and started a program at Comic-Con 2011 called Hope 2011, where he and other heroes led 4-hour runs distributing food, water, and other supplies to the homeless. And at 7 is Samaritan. Samaritan operates in New York City, working with the elderly, the environment, outreach, safety patrols, and childhood literacy. He's constantly trying to find new ways of helping people. He says, "Being a hero for me is a battle with my human nature, to put others ahead of myself. It's a constant struggle that I know I haven't quite mastered, but I know that when you stop trying, that's when you lose sight of what you're about." Considering himself a soldier of other people, he believes that when you make yourself better, you make the world around you better too. And at number 6 is another Samaritan, this time going by the name of Good Samaritan. Good Samaritan takes the mantra, think global, act local, to heart. Back in 2005, after Hurricane Katrina, he was inspired by what a community can do for others across the globe when they work together. He eventually started working with the Generosity Foundation to help people all over the world have access to clean drinking water, and his first outreach mission was with Ellie's Skid Row in June 2010. He's a minimally masked superhero, wanting people to see him and know who he is so that people can reach out to him when they need help. And at number 5 is Z. Z sees himself as, and I quote, "a radical, no other way to say it." As a way to tame his anger and depression, Z used becoming a superhero as an outlet, as a reason to live, having coped with attempted suicide twice. Over time, he became interested in taking a pragmatic approach to conflict, despite feeling that there are many people out there who do terrible things. He says, "When you refuse compassion, you're the same as they are." He aims to help his community in Brooklyn, New York with a network of resources, and he's also an artist, sculptor, and designer. And at number 4 is Night Vigil. Night Vigil operates in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. He mainly focuses on outreach and patrols, including a big focus on migrant workers, aiding them with things like clothes, foods, and needs their children might have. He says, "Anyone who needs help, I do what I can to help them. That's how it's supposed to be. I try to show that you can show love to anyone. If they're in a hospice, if they're in need, if they just want someone to talk to. I show my faith through words and deeds." And at number 3 is Phantom Zero. Phantom Zero started his journey as a superhero patrolling his neighborhood near New York City. When he realized how good of a job the police were doing, he set his sights on central New Jersey instead, where he works one-on-one with people enduring personal crises. He says about working as a superhero, and I quote, "We forget the bad parts of who we are, dropping the reminders of our identities which are painful, compensating for our flaws, and the shadow aspects of ourselves. A Jungian concept that suggests the darkness in man's soul is also the foundation of genuine creativity." And at number 2 is Lionheart. A superhero operates in the West African nation of Liberia, a nation that has been torn apart by years and years of civil war. Lionheart believes you need more than just words to make a difference. His origin story was quite rough too. He was taken from his parents when he was very young, and journeyed through the countryside of Monrovia when he was 14 in order to be reunited with them, which taught him a valuable lesson in survival. He now focuses on outreach, teaching villagers about clean drinking water and the dangers of consuming unclean water, and educating them about human trafficking, aiming to help prevent it. And finally, in at number 1 is Crimson Fist. Working on the streets of Atlanta, Crimson Fist was inspired to become a real-life superhero after recovering from substance abuse issues, wanting to make positive change and make up for how he felt he treated others at that time. Feeling that going out at night like Batman to fight off criminals was unrealistic, he turned his sights to outreach, although on his first night of patrol he did save a man from 2 attackers who were beating him. He says of his superhero work, and I quote, "The biggest motivation is just helping people. It's enjoyable to me, and if it means a little sacrifice, I'm okay with that, because if I didn't do it, I wouldn't feel whole. So there we have it, friends. Do you know a real life superhero? Give us a shout in those comments below. And hit those like and subscribe buttons if you want to see more nerdy vids. For now, I'm Kelly Pally for Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.